John Moreno leading off the bottom of the second. So Holman, the new arm, and Moreno, the new pitcher here for, or the new hitter, I should say, for the Ravens. That one up and in, ball one. And here we go. Day two, I should say day three of this 4-game series after we played two on Wednesday in Overland Park and an inning and a half yesterday. 1-0 pitch, Moreno lines it. That one caught by the third baseman. And there's one down. Nice play there made by
now
Johnson County's
number 8, shortstop Nathan Cruz.
Third baseman, and that is Carter Kelly. So that brings up Nathan Cruz. First pitch, swing and a miss. Johnson County scored in the opening inning after a bunt single by Bo Schenkel. He was scored on a double from the left fielder Comer. That one on the outside edge, 0-2 quickly on Cruz. Both teams' projected starters, Jackson Wagner for the Ravens and Christian Bobson for the Cavaliers, are done after pitching in yesterday's game. They will not re-enter today's game. And here's the 0-2 from Holman, swing and a miss. Cruz down on strikes, 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Wyatt Pace, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 10, Wyatt Pace.
Wyatt Pace steps in, no on, 2 outs, and here's Holman's first offering. Strike on the inside corner. Holman working with a very quick pace here in his first inning of work, and a lot of these Johnson County arms, they get a lot of swing and miss. They do not put a lot of guys on base. There is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on Pace. Cavaliers enter today's game as the number 8 ranked team in the country. 0-2 to Pace. And that one fouled back. Wyatt Pace on the season for the Red Ravens, hitting .327, a team leading 28 walks. Excuse me, that's second behind Moreno, who has 30. That one flied to right in foul territory. First baseman gives it a look, and he's got it. 1-2-3. Go the Ravens against the new pitcher, Holman. We go to the third. It's 1-0 Cavaliers. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9.
Kelly.
Zane Wilson on the mound for the Red Ravens. He'll lead it off against Carter Kelly, the third baseman for Johnson County. First pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 1-0 Johnson County. Here's we start the third inning. 1 run scored by the Cavaliers yesterday in the opening inning of this one. That one down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 here from Wilson. That one a little bit down. And Kelly moves ahead in the count, 2-1. 2-1 from Zane Wilson, the right-hander. That one fouled back. Wilson enters today, 11 appearances this season, 3 starts. He's got a 4.6 earned run average. He's pitching very well as of late. 2-2 here from Wilson. And that one popped. Third baseman Jarnigan calls for it, and right on the foul line, he tiptoes, and he's got it. First out of the third here for Zane Wilson as Kelly is retired. And that's now 5 in a row.
17, Jake McClure.
So now Jake McClure, the second baseman for this team, and he's one of their best hitters. 424, has not homered yet this year, but 32 RBIs, 16 stolen bases. A guy that just makes it happen at the top of the order. He takes a strike. 0-1 to the second baseman McClure, facing the right-hander Zane Wilson. Here's the 0-1 offering. That one fouled off and out of play, 0-2. These two teams have 2 of the better pitching staffs in the entire Jayhawk Conference, and we've seen that already both yesterday and today, with both teams working ahead in the count, being very aggressive on the mound. 0-2 pitch is down low, 1-2. This will be a 7-inning game here in the first one today. Game 2 will be a traditional 9. Breaking ball, grounder to second. And the play is made by Landon Midget on to first, 2 down. So the Ravens have retired the leader of Johnson County in terms of batting average. He's now 0 for 2. And that'll bring up Bo Schinkel.
For Johnson, number 28, Bo Schinkel.
Schinkel, he's an impressive player. 4 homers, 47 RBIs, a 4.15 average, 26 stolen bases. He has not been caught yet this year. He's a perfect 26 of 26. 1-0. Definitely a candidate to be the Jayhawk Conference Player of the Year. That one down and in. Schinkel able to dance out of the way of it. 2-0. It almost looked like the one hop this time. So Schinkel in the driver's seat. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. Wilson's pitch, half swing. Did he go? He did. 2-1. Big pitch there for Wilson as he tries to have a 1-2-3 inning and match Holman. The pitch. That one grounded to first, and Wyatt Pace able to make the play, and it is a strong start for Zane Wilson and the Red Ravens. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Johnson County. Ravens will look to get on the scoreboard. We're back in 90 seconds here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Ravens Sports Network.
Bottom of the third inning. Number 28, third baseman, Cooper Jarnigan.
Cooper Jarnigan leads off the bottom half of the third here at Walter Johnson Park. Shay Neal with you here on Sunshine 98.9 KQQF and the Red Ravens Sports Network. Johnson County leads this one 1-0. We picked up today in the bottom half of the second inning after the game was suspended yesterday due to rain. And Jarnigan pops the first pitch out of play, foul. Careful if you park behind the field. It'll be Jarnigan followed by Ethan Gillespie and Carson Miller here in the bottom of the third. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Nice slider there from the pitcher Holman. Keston Holman. He's been one of their top relievers this year. 16 games pitched, 36 2/3. He's got 7 saves. So this is a guy that he's pitched in a lot of big moments. And the 0-2, that one flied to shallow right. First baseman calling for it and making the catch. First out here in bottom of the third, making the catch there for Johnson County.
Now batting for Coffeyville, catcher number 7, Ethan Gillespie.
Was the first baseman Briggs Rowe. So that brings up Ethan Gillespie, the Red Raven backstop today. First pitch and aggressive, and that's lined down the left field line. Ethan Gillespie, an aggressive turn. He's going to try to make it to second, and he will with a one-out stand-up double. First hit of the day for the Ravens, first base runner for the Red Ravens. An aggressive Ethan Gillespie scolds a one-out double. Gillespie, a guy that gets playing time for his defense, but as the year's gone on, he's gotten better and better at the plate for this Red Raven team.
Now batting for the Ravens, left fielder number 2, Carson Miller.
Now here's Carson Miller. And the Ravens know what's at stake here today. They are closing in on clinching the 3 seed for the playoffs. And with a win today over the Cavaliers, could lock that up. They want to handle their business as Carson Miller fouls that one off. Might have gotten it off the top of his foot. Carson hobbles a little bit as he tries to walk that off. Here's another guy that's just getting better and better as the year goes on. He plays second, he plays left, he plays right. He's a utility guy for this team, and he's getting better and better with the stick, is Carson Miller. 0-1 pitch to Miller, runner at second, 1 out. Gillespie started to go, and throw back to second, and he's back in time, able to sneak his way back in there. Probably should have been a play where Johnson County was able to get him out. But the Ravens catch a break, and Gillespie able to slide back into second safely. Ethan Gillespie on the season, hitting now .274. He has stolen 3 bases. It's 1-1 to Miller. So maybe some sneaky speed there from the Red Raven catcher, but still would assume that him stealing a base is probably pretty rare. 1-1, Miller in the box. Now the pitch from Holman. And that one fouled straight back. Carson Miller got a good piece of that one. And fouled back to the screen. Holman works ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, it's Keston Holman on the mound for the Cavaliers, and the 1-2 pitch to Miller. Breaking ball popped up. Rowe gives it a look. This one's going to get out of play. Catcher for the Cavaliers, Mike Miller. He's another just very talented hitter. 400, 5 homers, 48 RBIs, and he's an elite defensive catcher. 1-2 again to Carson Miller, Holman. And now a check on the runner at second, and a very nice play there from Jake McClure to keep that from going to center field. A sprawling snag there from McClure. Was not a great throw from Holman. And now we've seen with Gillespie able to sneak his way back into second, and then that throw, that pickoff attempt, doesn't seem like Holman's comfortable throwing to second base. The pitch now to Miller, that one down and away, 2-2. Eric Bacon, the Red Raven talented leadoff hitter, stands on deck. Two from Holman, the Johnson County closer. Breaking ball, tried to catch the corner, did not. Full count. So the Ravens putting together their best at-bats of the afternoon so far here in the bottom half of the third inning. A double by Gillespie. Now Miller has worked a full count. Here comes the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Holman gets his sign. Looks at Gillespie. Comes to the plate. That one flied to left. Should be playable. In left center field, it'll be the center fielder, Bo Schinkel, making the catch. Gillespie bluffs, but he heads back to second. Medium depth fly ball there from Miller, and there's 2 retired.
Now batting for the Red Ravens, center fielder number 4, Eric Bacon.
Now here's Eric Bacon, another guy that honors. He's hit .401, 6 homers, 39 RBIs, 29 stolen bases is Bacon, and the Ravens would love for him to drive in run number 40 right here and tie this game up. And Johnson County going to have a mound visit here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. I do not see a Cavalier up in the bullpen. So it seems like this is just a motivational meeting. Of course, Bacon, the top 10 hitter in this conference, and I think the Cavaliers just giving him that respect, knowing this is going to be a tough out and dictating how they want to go after the Ravens center fielder. Bacon steps in. Gillespie at second. 2 outs and runner on second here with the Ravens down 1-0. First pitch to Bacon. And that one bounces away from Mike and Miller. Gillespie up to third. He took a big turn, but he'll hold up at third. And now a base hit absolutely ties this game up. Wild pitch from Keston Holman puts Gillespie at third base, and a 1-0 count to Eric Bacon. 1-out double from Gillespie. That's the only Raven to reach so far today. That one is low, 2-0. Two and 0 now from Holman to the Ravens' best hitter. Bacon, hard hit, right center field, running it down Schinkel. I don't think he's going to get there. It is gone. Eric Bacon, a 2-run shot, and the Red Ravens have the lead.
Home run, Ravens.
Eric Bacon, a 2-run big fly, his 7th of the year, and one of his biggest swings of the season as the Ravens have the lead on the number 8 team in the country.
Now batting for Coffeyville, right fielder, number 12, Colton Rudy.
So now Colton Rudy steps in after the Bacon blast. And that's ball 1 to Rudy. Gillespie with the double, Bacon with the homer. 2 key sophomores on this Red Raven roster stepping up to deliver a rally here in the third. 1-0 pitch to Rudy. That one hard hit, foul. One and 1 to Rudy. Colton comes into this one hitting .360 on the season. He has homered once, driven in 25. Breaking ball just missed. Hard for me to see the top and bottom of the strike zone from here in the press box, but that looked like a pretty good pitch there from Holman. Blaine trying to get a little fan going over there. I hope he gets it working. That's fouled back, 2-2. Might have to get the industrial fan over in the corner going. Thank you, Dirk. 2-2 now to Rudy. That one grounded foul. Two and 2 again as Rudy steps into the box. Holman kicks and delivers. And that's a check swing that got away from Mike and Miller. Full count. So we've seen two guys that have really had solid seasons. Keston Holman on the mound and Mike and Miller behind the plate have not been on the same page these last two at-bats. That's the third pitch that's really gotten away. I wonder if that speaks to Holman's fatigue, a closer that's not really used to pitching multiple innings. That one barreled by Rudy. Schinkel on the run, got a good jump, and he's got it. But damage is done. Red Raven bats sizzling. Ethan Gillespie with a double. Eric Bacon, a 2-run big fly. Ravens 2, Johnson County 1. We go to the fourth.
Leading off for Johnson in the top of the top of the fourth inning. Number 14, Mike and Miller.
Amateur. Ravens lead it 2-1 after an Eric Bacon 2-run home run. Zane Wilson now facing Mike and Miller, the Johnson County catcher. It's 1-1 as Miller fouls that one back. Bacon now has 7 home runs this season. He's driven in 41. That one skied. Jarnigan gives it a look. Cooper Jarnigan in foul territory has got it. One down for Zane Wilson, who's retired the first 4 hitters he's faced, and now here comes Jeremy Comer for the Cavaliers. Comer had an RBI double in yesterday's first inning, which is pretty weird to say.
Now batting for Johnson, Jeremy Comer.
One and 0 as that changeup drifts outside. One 0 pitch from Wilson. Breaking ball and a good one. Snaps in there, 1-1. Again, the Ravens control their own destiny for locking up the 3 seed for the Jayhawk Conference playoffs. That one, again, changeup tails outside, 2-1. Comer has Boston Bruce on deck. That one low, and now 3-1 to a dangerous hitter in Comer. Comer on the season hitting .305, but he's got a lot of power. 7 home runs, 38 RBIs. 3-1, just missed. Comer draws a 1-out walk, and that's the first base runner surrendered by Zane Wilson. A 1-out man on first here for the Cavaliers in the 4th inning.
Now batting for Johnson County, number 11, Easton Rowe.
This brings up Boston Bruce. After the walk to Comer, first pitch outside, 1-0. Bruce is the designated hitter. He flied out to center to end the first inning yesterday. On the season, Boston Bruce, .382 hitter. The 1-0. And that's up and in, and all of a sudden Zane Wilson struggling to find the strike zone. 6 of his last 7 pitches have been out of the zone. 2-0 on a dangerous hitter in Boston Bruce. 3-0. After the Bacon home run, what you're really looking for the Ravens is a quick inning on the mound, get those bats back in the box, and keep momentum. Big spot here. 3-0 on Boston Bruce. Check over at first. Back in time is Comer. Comer has some speed to him. 6 stolen bases this season. Three and 0. Wilson comes to the plate. Upstairs. Back-to-back walks. And the Cavaliers have put 2 on. Now Ethan Gillespie jogs out to chat with his pitcher. Wilson retired the first 4 he saw, but since then has thrown 8 of the last 9 pitches out of the strike zone.
Boston Bruce draws a walk. Now batting, number 11, Easton Rowe.
So now here's Easton Rowe. Rowe is the first baseman today. That's a strike. Well-located breaking ball. Oh and 1 to the Cavalier first baseman. The pitch from Wilson. Grounded. This will be Wyatt Pace, quickly turning, going to second, back to first, not in time. Wilson able to dig it out and keep the runner Comer at third. It'll be 2 outs, runners on the corners on a fielder's choice.
Now batting for Johnson, number 16, Riker Edwards.
That'll bring up Riker Edwards. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Ravens trying to work their way out of the inning, still holding the lead. First pitch to Edwards. And another sharp slider on the edge, strike 1. Oh and 1 from Zane Wilson. Gets his sign, kicks and delivers. That one nicely blocked by Gillespie, and he bluffs the throw. Comer had a big secondary lead there off third. Anything that gets, you feel like, a couple inches away from Gillespie, and Comer might dart for the plate. 1 and 1. Wilson checks on the runner at first. He's back in time. That one is through, a base hit. Riker Edwards delivers, and the 2 walks end up hurting the Ravens. RBI single for the right fielder, Edwards. And it's now tied at 2 here in the 4th.
Now batting, number 22, Chris Mancinas.
That'll bring up shortstop Chris Mancinas. Tie game at 2, top 4. Ravens trying to limit the damage. That one upstairs, 1-0. 2 walks and a hit here in this 4th inning for Johnson County. That one low, 2-0. Two-0 pitch, outside, 3-0. With Carter Kelly standing on deck. Three and 0 outside, and that's the 3rd walk issued this inning. Ravens in some trouble now.
Now batting for Johnson, number 4, Carter Kelly.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Carter Kelly, the 9-hole hitter, will step to the plate, but not before a mound visit here for the Red Ravens. Second time this inning. First time it was Gillespie, and now the pitching coach out to have a conversation. Header. So this one's scheduled for 7 innings. The second game will be 9 unless this game goes to extras, which would make the second game 7 innings. So that's something to keep an eye on as we head throughout this one and what's been a pretty back and forth matchup so far. Tied at 2. Cavaliers looking to do big damage here in the 4th. Wilson outside, ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ravens 1 pitch away from getting out of it. Johnson County 1 pitch away from breaking it open. Popped up. Cruz backpedaling. Looks like he's lining it up. Nathan Cruz has got it. 3 walks and a single. Johnson County has tied the game, but they cannot take the lead. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 here at Walter Johnson Park. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Ravens Sports Network. Johnson Park.
Second baseman number 14, Landon Midget.
Landon Midget leading off for the Red Ravens. Tie game at 2. Midget flied out to right in his first at-bat. Midget was also named the Connor Taylor Award winner yesterday, so congratulations to Landon. First pitch swinging, Midget, base hit. So the Ravens looking to get back in front after Johnson County tied it up. That's a good start. A leadoff single for the second baseman, Landon Midget.
Next up for Coffeyville, designated hitter, number 31, Sean Moreno.
Brings up Sean Moreno. Breaking ball inside, ball 1 to Moreno. Midget the runner at first, and now Holman comes to the plate, 1-0. Bunt shown, pulled back, 2-0. Scheduled 7-inning game here in game 1, so if the Ravens can re-snatch the lead here in the 4th, they're 9 outs away. Since we started in the 2nd, this game moving pretty quick. That one is on the outside corner, 2-1. Two of the best pitching staffs in the conference, two very talented offenses as well. Two teams that could very well see themselves play again here in a couple weeks in the playoffs. 2-1 to Moreno, foul back. Season ended today. Johnson County would be the 2 seed. Coffeyville would be the 3 seed. Cali would be the number 1 seed. Cali, Johnson County are technically tied, but Cali holds the tiebreaker since they won that series earlier this season. 2-2. Holman. That one, golf to left and sinking, and it's down and past the left fielder. They're going to wave around midget. Moreno into second with a double. Ravens back in front, 3-2. Sean Moreno with a little cue shot that found the perfect hole in left center field.
Now batting for the Red Ravens, shortstop, number 8, Nathan Cruz.
Now Nathan Cruz, runner on second, still nobody out after a single and double has started the 4th inning. Cruz shows bunt, pulled back, and that hit him. Cruz is plunked by the first pitch.
Next up for the Red Ravens, first baseman, number 10, Wyatt Pace.
Brings up Wyatt Pace. I still don't see any activity down there in the Johnson County bullpen. And now a mound visit. Now they might be starting to get somebody going. Keston Holman, he's a guy that can give you about 2, maybe 3 innings out of the bullpen. He's pitched 36 2/3 in 16 appearances. But clearly, seeming like he's starting to fatigue a little bit as the Ravens now have 4 hits in their last 5 at-bats. Started with the Ethan Gillespie double. Eric Bacon homered to give the Ravens the lead, and now in this inning, a base hit for Landon Midget and a double from Sean Moreno. Nathan Cruz was hit by a pitch, and now the stage is set for Pace, Jarnigan, and Gillespie. (3-2) Coffeyville, bottom of the 4th. And Pace shows bunt, got down a beauty. They try to go to third, and everybody's safe. Wyatt Pace with an infield single on a bunt. And the Ravens have the bases loaded with nobody out.
Next up for Coffeyville, third baseman, number 28, Cooper Jarnigan.
Cooper Jarnigan bats with the bases loaded. Jarnigan this season has driven in 34 runs. Ball 1. If you're the Ravens right now sitting in that dugout, you can feel them starting to stir. They feel like they can kick this door down here in this 4th inning. Big opportunity. 1-0 pitch. Jarnigan, ground ball to short. Johnson County will take a double play. Run does score. It's 4-2 Coffeyville. So Jarnigan grounds into a double play. Moreno scores. Up to third is Cruz.
Catcher, number 7, Ethan Gillespie.
Now Gillespie, who doubled on the first pitch he saw. Oh, and 1 to Gillespie. The pitch from Holman. Upstairs, 1-1. Raven offense has come alive here in this last 2 innings. They've scored 4. 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Gillespie looking to add on another one. That one hit him. Second hit batter of the inning. And now they'll be on the corners for Carson Miller.
in for Coffeyville, left fielder, number 2, Carson Miller.
Miller playing left field today for the Ravens. He flied out to center last inning. Cruz at third. Gillespie at first. First pitch. Line foul. Not a bad swing there from Miller. Two intense games in Overland Park on Wednesday. Cavaliers won game 1 6-1, won game 2 9-6. Now the Cavaliers do have, looks like a left-hander getting up down there. Double barrel action, lefty and a righty. Taking off for second, Gillespie. He's got a stolen base. So that's the 4th stolen base of the year for Gillespie. And now a base hit can make it 6-2. If Carson Miller can come through here. The 1-1. Miller grounded to second, knocked down by McClure, and that is a sparkler from Jake McClure. Saved a couple runs and ends the inning. But damage is done. Barreno, as well as Cooper Jarnigan, able to bring in 2 runs for the Red Ravens. They lead it 4-2 as we go to the 5th. We're back in 90 seconds here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
The 5th inning, number 17, Jake McClure.
Jake McClure leads off the 5th inning. Ravens lead it 4-2 here at Walter Johnson Park as that breaking ball ends up in the zone. 1-1 now to the second baseman McClure. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, but he made a nifty diving play to end that bottom of the 4th inning just a moment ago. That one grounded. Shortstop Cruz moving to his left. Nice throw in time. So McClure is a ground out to first away from completing the ground out cycle. He's grounded out to third. He's grounded out to short. He's grounded out to second.
Now batting for Johnson, center fielder, number 28, Bo Schinkel.
We don't count the catcher in that, do we? It should just be all 4 infielders. As that one's ball 1 inside to Schinkel. Schinkel singled on a bunt in the 1st inning. He grounded out to first to end the third inning. Ravens lead it by 2, trying to put up a 0 here in the 5th and keep the momentum. Wilson just missed with that one. I don't know where that one missed. And it puts a very talented hitter, Schinkel, in a 2-0 count. The pitch. Fouled back. Breaking ball stays outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. A couple D1 commits on this Johnson County team already. We have a guy that's committed to Gonzaga, a guy that's committed to Nebraska. 3-1, missed in. Schinkel draws the walk. It's the 4th walk issued by Wilson. And a 1-out base runner here in the 5th.
Number 14, Mike Miller.
Ravens have a righty up in the bullpen. Runner goes. Schinkel has not been caught all year. That's a good throw, but he snuck in. Did he get the foot under the tag? That's what the umpire said. It's the 27th stolen base of the year for Schinkel. I'd be willing to bet that's about as close as he's been to being thrown out. That was a gun from Gillespie. So runner on second, one out. Wilson's pitch. That one looped to left. Coming in is Carson Miller. He's got it, 2 down. And so now the Ravens are 1 out away from getting out of this inning as Mike and Miller flies out.
Now batting for Johnson, number 26, Jeremy Comer.
Jeremy Comer, he's walked and doubled. Had a nice day. Four to 2 our score. Ravens trying to put up a 0 here in the 5th. First pitch to Comer. Ball 1, dug out by Gillespie. Schinkel stays put. With a double and a hit by pitch at the plate and what he's doing defensively, Ethan Gillespie's having a day. A 1-0 pitch to Comer. 2-0. Wilson's only given up 1 hit, but he has walked 4. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup from Wilson. Two balls, 1 strike now to the left fielder, Comer. Foul back, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Zane Wilson tries to get his way out of the inning. Fouled off. Wilson's given the Ravens quality 2 2/3 today. Trying to get through this 5th inning, and then you may see Caleb peak to try and close this one out. 2-2, fly to center. Bacon coming in. And it's going to fall in no man's land. Comer's been on 3 times today. That played Schinkel, and it's 4-3. So Schinkel draws a walk, steals a base, and scores on the Comer base hit. It's a 4-3 game.
Now batting for Johnson, number 27, Boston Bruce.
So now Boston Bruce, the batter. Check over at first. Comer diving back in time. Ravens still leading. It's 4-3 here in the 5th inning. But Jeremy Comer's had a big day for Johnson County. An RBI double, an RBI single, and a walk. Strike 1 to Boston Bruce. Ravens have a righty getting hot in the bullpen. Johnson County has a lefty and a righty getting hot in their bullpen. Another check on Comer. He's back in time. Oh, 1 pitch. Wilson to the plate. And another check at first, making sure that this tying run doesn't get in the scoring position. Again, Comer is a capable base stealer. He's stolen 6 bases this season. Gillespie threw a missile and nearly cut down Bo Schinkel. That one just off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilson trying to get through 3 innings of work. That one to right. and it's going to drift foul, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Ravens a strike away from getting out of this inning and still holding the lead. Johnson County is 40-10 on the season entering today, 22-4 in league play, but the Ravens are 23-6 in this ballpark. Another check over at first and back in time. If anything, Zane Wilson's going to make sure that Jeremy Comer has to wash his uniform when he gets home tonight. A lot of grass stains going to be on that thing. Just outside, 2-2. Dirk Andrews was signaling strike 3 up here in the box. Didn't get the call. Two-two. Big pitch right here. Zane Wilson to Boston Bruce. And foul. Pace trying to give it a look. And he got it. Wyatt Pace sliding in foul ground with a nice defensive play, and the inning comes to an end. Johnson County gets 1, but the Ravens still in front thanks to a great catch from Pace. 4-3 Ravens. We go bottom 5. This one getting fun. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Leading off for the Red Ravens,
Cooper Westra, the new pitcher for Johnson County. He's got a 2.57 ERA in 11 games this year, and he will face Bacon as well as Rudy and Midget. First pitch inside, ball 1. Ravens lead this one 4-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Coffeyville looking to hang on for what would be one of their biggest wins of the season. Breaking ball high, 2-0. Coffeyville scored 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Goodness gracious. Breaking ball fouled off, 2-1. Last time he came to the plate, Eric Bacon put the Ravens in front with a 2-run homer to right center field, his 7th of the season. 2-1. Bacon, ground ball, and a tough play, and it's a base hit. Eric Bacon does it again. He's on for the 2nd time today. And one of the fastest men in the Jayhawk, now on first base with nobody out.
now batting for Coffeyville, right fielder, number 12, Colton Rudy.
Brings up Colton Rudy, who's lined out twice. He's had some tough luck. Lined out to short, lined out to center. Bunt shown, pulled back, ball one. Eric Bacon has game-changing speed. 29 stolen bases, has only been caught 4 times this year. Ravens leading by a run, looking to tack on. Rudy pulls it back. It's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Rudy gets the bunt down. Maybe a little bit too hard, though. They'll go to second and get Bacon. So Rudy reaches on the fielder's choice, and there's one out.
Next up for Coffeyville, second baseman, number 14, Landon Midget.
And now it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Cooper Westra did his job. The left-handed specialist who's only pitched 7 innings in 11 games this year comes in and after allowing the Bacon single, able to get Bacon out at second on a fielder's choice. We'll have a new pitcher coming in. Let's step away for 60 seconds. We'll be right back here from Walter Johnson Park. Ravens 4, Johnson County 3. We're back in a minute here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Ronan Vicente is the new pitcher for the Johnson County Cavaliers. Bottom 5, 1 out. Ravens lead it 4-3, and Landon Midget is the hitter here for the for the Red Ravens.
Now batting for Coffeyville, second baseman, number 14, Landon Midget.
Colton Rudy, the runner at first, 1 out. Ravens 6 outs away from a major win, but they're looking to play tack on here in the 5th. Vicente, a 3.38 ERA in 8 innings entering today. First pitch. Popped up. Third baseman got a late jump on it, and he'll give way to the shortstop, and the catch is made by Chris Mancinas for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs now, and Sean Moreno, who doubled his last time up.
Number 31, Sean Moreno.
Ronan Vicente looking to get the last 2 outs here in this 5th inning for Johnson County. Ravens have not been held scoreless since the 2nd inning. First pitch. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Rudy, it's not a great throw from Mike and Miller, and it skips into center field. Rudy will stay put. Stolen base for Colton Rudy. And now a base hit could give the Ravens a run. For the season, that's Rudy's 7th stolen base. Oh, 1 to Moreno. Vicente gets his sign, comes to the plate. Oh, and that one low, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Vicente. And what a block by Mike and Miller. 2-1. Less of a block and more of a backhand there. That's a heck of a play. Johnson County's played some really good defense today. That one low, 3-1 to Moreno. Both teams have played good defense. We saw the catch from Wyatt Pace. We saw a nice play at third base by Jarnigan. I mean, both of these teams have really showed why they're at the top of the Jayhawk Conference with some strong defensive effort. 3-1 to Moreno. Ravens trying to add on to their 1-run lead. Moreno, swing and a foul tip. Full count. That was a big cut. He was trying to make it 6-3. He was trying to hit the scoreboard out there in left center field. And if he would have pieced it up, he might have gotten it. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner at second is Colton Rudy. Big pitch here in this one. Ronan Vicente comes to the plate and strikes him out. Johnson County gets out of the inning after the leadoff single. We go to the sixth. Ravens 4, Johnson County 3. Coffeyville 6 outs away. We're back in 90 seconds here on Sunshine 98.9 on the Red Raven Sports Network.
Top of the sixth inning, leading off for Johnson County, number 25, Max Tauchik.
Caleb Peak is the new pitcher for the Red Ravens, and pitcher Max Tauchik in there for the Johnson County Cavaliers. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here from Peak. Ravens 6 outs away. And that's a big swing and a miss by Tauchik, 1-2. Tauchik is a heck of a hitter, 389 on the season. He's homered 4 times, 27 RBIs. 1-2 pitch. Fly to right. Rudy seems to have it lined up. He's got it. 1 down.
Next up for Johnson County, number 16, Riker Edwards.
Not a single person is sitting in that Red Raven dugout. They are all leaned up against the edge of that railing, and they know how big this game is. They know how big this series is. Peak now goes to work against Riker Edwards. First pitch fouled back. Edwards had an RBI single his last time up. Oh, 1 Peak. That one is foul. Was pretty well hit. That's what we call a loud strike. Dirk, a loud strike. 0-2 from Peak. He's ahead on Riker Edwards. The pitch. Just off the outside corner. Second time today, Dirk Andrews has rung him up, and they haven't gotten the call. Might have to go back to umpiring school, Dirk. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Changeup gets Edwards swinging. Peak has sat down the first 2. And there's 2 down here in the 6th. And another pinch hitter here as Mancinas has been pulled. This will be number 10. And
now
that is
batting for Johnson, number 10, Briggs Rowe.
Briggs Rowe coming in here to hit. Johnson County, they want to win this game. They're using left-handed specialists, pinch hitters. Johnson County knows this series is big, too, because they still have a chance of catching Cali for the 1 seed. Peak against Rowe. First pitch, swing and a miss. Caleb Peak's fired up here out of the bullpen. 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Peak. That one skied. Carson Miller coming in. He has got it. 1, 2, 3 go the Johnson County Cavaliers. for just the second time today. Caleb Peak sits him down in order. Ravens 4, Johnson County 3. Coffeyville looks to play add-on. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 on the Red Raven Sports Network. Nathan Cruz leads off the bottom of the 6th. The Ravens lead at 4-3 here in game 1 of our doubleheader. And they'll look to add on. Caleb Peak will be the one coming out to try and get the last 3 outs, but the Ravens are hoping they can make it a little bit more than a 1-run cushion. They're facing Ronan. Excuse me, swing and a miss by Cruz. They're facing the reliever Ronan Vicente, who came in to get the last 2 outs of the 5th. These two teams do not strike out a lot. The Ravens have only struck out 3 times today. Johnson County has not struck out today. That one popped up. And Mike and Miller's got it. 1 down. That's impressive. We're in the bottom of the 6th of a game, and the two teams have combined for 3 strikeouts.
First baseman, number 10, Wyatt Pace.
So here's Wyatt Pace. He singled his last time up. Ball 1 to Pace. Pace has popped out and singled. Vicente comes to the plate. Strike. Nice fastball. A lot of velocity from Vicente. There's a lot of guys on the Johnson County pitching staff that throw hard, but Vicente's got to be towards the top of that list. 1-1. That one hit reasonably well to center, but playable for Schinkel. And he's got it. Too quickly retired here for Johnson County in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting for Coffeyville. Third baseman, number 28, Cooper Jarnigan.
Cooper Jarnigan, the third baseman. First pitch, a strike. Man, we talked about Caleb Peak being a guy that comes in and throws strikes and is fearless. Ronan Vicente's a guy that's coming in, throwing strikes, and he ain't scared of anything. 0-1. Chopped. And Mike and Miller will have to make a tough play, and he does. That's a heck of a play right there. The Ravens go down in order, and here we go. We're off to the 7th. Ravens 4, Johnson County 3. Caleb Peak and the Red Ravens are 3 outs away from beating the Cavaliers and clinching the 3 seed for the playoffs. Can they do it? We'll find out. We're back in 90 seconds.
Johnson County in the top of the 7th inning. Number 4, Carter Kelly.
First pitch to Carter Kelly, fouled off down the left field line. Caleb Peak. And that one lined to left. That's going to be a tough play, and it's foul. That's 2 pretty well hit baseballs by Carter Kelly that have both been foul. I'm getting word that Carter Kelly hit a home run on Wednesday. 0-2. Peak in the driver's seat. Quick pitch. That one low and away. 1-2. Peak sat down the Cavaliers 1-2-3 in the 6th. It'll be Kelly, McClure, Schinkel due up here in the 7th. That one line. Cruz can't get it. It's over his head. Base hit. Tying run is on here in the 7th.
Next up for Johnson, number 17, Jake McClure.
And they're going to pinch run Kelly. Coming in for the Cavaliers will be number 2, Drew Veach, who has stolen 13 bases this season. So Veach is your pinch runner. And now it's Jake McClure. McClure has grounded out 3 times today. If the Ravens get a double play right here. First pitch from Peak. Runner goes. That one fouled back. Caleb Peak's gotten a lot of big outs for the Ravens this year. These are 3 of the biggest outs the Ravens have had to get all season long. Veach again off of first. And they check on him this time. Ooh. Had his feet kind of stuck in the turf there for a second. Just barely got back. If you're Veach, you know that pickoff move's coming. 0-1. Peak to the plate. Bunt shown. Pulled back. Now the throw back down to first. And he's back in time. One and one on McClure. Bunt shown again. That's a strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Veach. Tying run is in scoring position. 1-2 to McClure. Peak. Ground ball. That stays fair. Tying run moves up to third. There's 1 out here in the 7th. And I mentioned it in his last at-bat in the 5th, but there you go. That is the cycle.
Now batting for Johnson, number 28, Bo Schinkel.
That is the cycle for Jake McClure. He is now grounded out to third, short, second, and first. Not the cycle you want to hit for, but it is a cycle. Bo Schinkel, maybe this team's best player, maybe the best player in the Jayhawk Conference. He bats with the tying run at third and 1 out. And I think that's what the Ravens are talking about. Do you walk him and take your chances with Mike and Miller? Comer's been on base 3 times today, so if you walk Schinkel, you have to face Comer. We'll see what the Ravens choose to do. Caleb Peak against Bo Schinkel. One of the Ravens' best pitchers against one of Johnson County's best hitters. Ravens clinging to a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 7th. Tying run at third. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Tying run is Drew Veach standing at third. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded back to Peak off his glove. This game is tied and Schinkel is on. Had Peak been able to field that cleanly, he had a play at the plate and might have been able to cut down the runner. But it bounces off the edge of the glove. Schinkel is on, and this game is tied at 4. And now Mike and Miller. Check over at first. Schinkel back in time. Schinkel stole a base back in the 5th inning. He's 27 of 27 on stolen bases this year. Peak. Fouled off by Miller. And you know Caleb Peak's thinking about that. That one hit his glove. He couldn't quite corral it. Might have had a play at the plate if he was able to field it. Another check over at first. That was a close play. Schinkel back in time. Oh and 1. Peak. Another check at first and nearly got him again. Now Peak comes to the plate, and that one high and outside, 1-1. Now that this game is tied at 4, if Johnson County can't take the lead or Coffeyville can't walk it off, game 2 of our doubleheader will be only 7 innings. That one grounded. Pace going to second for 1. Back to first, no play. So they'll take the out of the lead runner, and there's 2 down here in the 7th. And the speedy Schinkel is retired.
Batting for Johnson County, number 26, Jeremy Comer.
Here's Jeremy Comer, who's had a great day. A double, a single, a walk. He's got a lot of power. 7 home runs on the season. First pitch swinging, grounded. Pace knocks it down, and the inning is over. So the Johnson County Cavaliers tie it up. Bo Schinkel, one of the best players in this league. He does what he needs to do, but the Ravens will get a shot to walk it off. We're tied at 4 as we go bottom 7 here at Walter Johnson Park. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
For Coffeyville in the bottom of the 7th inning. Catcher number 7, Ethan Gillespie.
Tied at 4, it'll be Gillespie, Miller, and Bacon due up here in the 7th. Ravens trying to win it against Johnson County. We're tied at 4 here at Walter Johnson Park. I'm Shay Neal. It's Red Raven Baseball on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. First pitch outside to Gillespie. Gillespie's had a nice day. He's doubled. He's been hit by a pitch. Can he get on here as the winning run against the very talented righty Ronan Vicente? 1-0. Grounded foul. It's a nice backhanded play there by Carter Kelly. Excuse me, that's not Kelly. That's now the new man down there at third base, and that is Max Tauchik. Thank you very much. 1-1 to Gillespie. And he hit him again. Second time today, Ethan Gillespie's been hit by a pitch. The winning run is on. Got the guard, Dirk.
Now batting for Coffeyville, left fielder, number 2, Carson Miller.
Now, I'm not down there in the dugout. But I would assume that the game plan here is Miller gets a bunt down and they try to put Gillespie in scoring position for Bacon. We're going to have a mound visit here. Is Johnson County going to make a move here? Be interesting for them to bring in a lefty against Miller before Bacon's due up. I think they might just be stalling to get the lefty ready for Bacon. Gillespie is on at first after being hit by the pitch. Carson Miller steps to the plate. Ravens have the winning run at first. Vicente has his sign. Miller showing bunt. And it's high, ball 1. And now we've talked about this before, but when you know the guy at the plate is trying to bunt, sometimes that's one of the toughest positions for a pitcher to be in because all you have to do is throw it over the plate. But sometimes that gets in your head a little bit. 1-0 from Vicente. And Miller gets the bunt down. It's a good one. And throw to first. And, oh, they say he got him. That was a bang play. But Miller does the job. Sacrifice moves the winning run to scoring position. Now we'll have a pitching change. Lefty coming in to face Eric Bacon. The winning run is at second. And a new pitcher's coming in for the Cavaliers. We'll let you know who it is when we're back in 60 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. He was safe. He beat that out, man. His foot got down right before. That pause by the first baseman was everything. That sucked. We need to bring the replay. We can't be getting that call wrong in the 7th inning. We can't be getting that call wrong in the 7th inning of a tie game. The 3 seed's on the line. We can't screw up that call. It looked like he beat him, but I could be wrong. Everybody's scared of Bacon. Are they walking him? New pitcher for the Johnson County Cavaliers, Ashton Hartwig, who's pitched in 7 games this year, 7 2/3 innings. He has a 1.17 ERA. That is the best on the Cavalier pitching staff, and he will be facing. They're going to walk Bacon and take their chances with Colton Rudy and Landon Midget. So Bacon draws the walk, and it's going to be, it looks like Jack Martin's out there running for Gillespie. So Martins is the winning run at second. Bacon is at first. Colton Rudy now gets the chance to be the hero here for Coffeyville.
Now pitching for Johnson County, number 6, Ashton Hartwig. And now batting for Coffeyville, right fielder, number 12, Colton Rudy.
We have Blaine Thornton going back and checking on that bunt play. We're all curious up here in the box. There's a bang-bang play. First pitch from Hartwig. Breaking ball. Golfed. Base hit. They're going to wave around Martins. Play at the plate. Martins coming in. He is safe. Ravens win it. A walk-off from Colton Rudy. And the Ravens knock off Johnson County. What a finish. Martin slides in under the tag of Mike and Miller. And Coffeyville walks it off. A thriller at Walter Johnson Park. And Coffeyville with a 5-4 win over the Cavaliers. The bunt play no longer matters. Colton Rudy, walk-off winner. We'll break this one down on the other side. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be right back here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Walter Johnson Park, 5-4 in walk-off fashion over the Johnson County Cavaliers in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Shea Neal here putting a bow on this one. What a thriller. Zane Wilson ends up pitching 3 innings for the Ravens after Wagoner pitched the first 2 yesterday, and then it was Caleb Peak coming in and getting the last 6 outs for the Raven pitching staff. Did give up that run in the 7th to tie the game, but man, were the Raven bats clutch today. Back in the 3rd inning, a double from Ethan Gillespie, followed by a 2-run homer from Eric Bacon. In the 4th inning, it was a Sean Moreno RBI double and an RBI single, an RBI on a double play from Cooper Jarnigan. Ravens would score 2 in the 3rd and the 4th. They led it 4-2. Johnson County did get 1 back in the 5th on an RBI single from Jeremy Comer. They would tie the game in the 7th on an RBI single from Bo Schinkel, but then in the bottom of the 7th, the Ravens, in a very similar way to how the KCK game ended a few weeks ago, it started off with a hit by pitch of Ethan Gillespie after he was moved up on the sacrifice bunt by Carson Miller. They put in Jack Martins to run for him at second base. They walked Eric Bacon, and then it was Colton Rudy with an RBI single to right field to win it for the Red Ravens. Martin slides under the tag of Mike and Miller, and Coffeyville is now 24-6 at Walter Johnson Park this season. What a year for the Red Ravens, and they just keep on getting it done here at home. Ravens now will host a playoff series here at this field in the 2nd weekend of May, but we still got some games to handle before then, including the series finale here with the Cavaliers of Johnson County. We're going to go back to the music here for just a few minutes while we get ready for game number 2. When we come back for game 2, Chris Freund taking over for me, and I appreciate him doing so. He'll have the call for you for Game 2 of this doubleheader, where the Ravens will look to split the series and sweep the doubleheader here at Walter Johnson Park this afternoon. Again, we're getting back to the music. We'll have Game 2 just around the corner here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Big thank you to Blaine Thornton as well. Big shout out to Dirk Andrews. I know he's in his car right now. Dirk, you're the GOAT. We'll talk to you next time here on Sunshine 98.9 and RRSN.